Hello YouTube, it is Championdjk coming at you with another weekly episode, and I've got a great one for you today. Just a fantastic one. I mean, it's not very often, okay? Not very often. Maybe once a year for me. Every once in a while it's been more than once a year, but I got here an Ultra Raw. An Ultra Raw, yeah, 1 of 10. My buddy Will Diecast, traded him for this. He got a sealed case from, I don't know where he got it from, but he got a sealed case. He lives in France. He got a sealed case. He pulled this out of the case and he traded it to me for some older Auto World stuff that he didn't have, various like smattering of items. I think I sent him, I don't know, 12 or so, a dozen or so cars in trade for this Ultra Raw. So this is so cool. All right, so this is 2023 release 4. So this is like the latest release of Auto World. There's another one coming out pretty quick here, but this is the latest release. This is the Mitsubishi 3000 GT VR4. So it's a new tooling. Man, it's just fantastic. Is it the first release or the second? It's the second release of the tooling, I think. Wow, why am I confused now? Anyway, not that it matters. Yeah, it's the second release of the tooling. But whatever. We've got an Ultra Raw. This is awesome. And we're going to open it. We are. I've opened a few Raws on the channel. Yeah, they're 1 of 10. Yeah, they're the rarest kind of like chase car you can get in modern diecast collecting. But, and yeah, the card is perfect. But we're going to open it anyway. So sad. I open everything. So everything I'm going to keep in the collection, unless the packaging is part of the allure to me, which the packaging is nice, but we're going to open this 1 of 10 Raw, which means there's only going to be 9 left in the package, granted someone else hasn't already opened one of them. Okay, we're going to do that. He also sent me, along with it, a Majorette Porsche. Just threw another car in there. Thank you very much for that. So, Will Diecast, cool dude. He's a fellow Lamley contributor. Very nice guy. And he left me a little note saying, it's Will Diecast coming at you. Cheers. All right, so I appreciate that, Will. Thank you very much. All right, so speaking of friends, Jay sent me another box. You know, he sends me a box every week. We got a couple of weird items, and one of them is really weird, which is this Johnny Lightning, the Wasp. Just a crazy, wacky Johnny Lightning. He likes to throw weird stuff at me, and it's fun to take a look at, so we're going to check that out. And then he sent me this Revell Racing Kellogg's Spooky Fruit Loops Frankenstein Universal Studios Monsters stock car. So we're going to open that, and we're going to look at that as well. Why not? And then he gave me as a gift an Inno 64, and this is pretty sick. I didn't buy this one because I got the, so this is the Liberty Walk F40. I didn't buy this one because I thought that white F40 would be enough for me, just because, you know, it's legit to what they actually, Liberty Walk made the car to look like. It was white, you know, with the Rising Sun logo and all that stuff. So I didn't really think twice about trying to get this black one. I kind of wanted it, kind of didn't want it. I hemmed and hawed, and now I don't have to worry about it because I have it now. And it is pretty sick looking. So we're going to go ahead and open up this. This was my casting of the year, or car of the year last year, the white one of this. I really enjoyed it. Now we got this one to look at in matte black. And man, it does look cool in person. It's got really kind of nice packaging too from Inno. So we're going to go ahead and check that out. We'll open that up. Speaking of premium diecast, I do have some other items as well. We've got a Kaido House. This is the Chevy Silverado Dually Kaido version 1. So this is pretty sick. This is a new tooling. So it's the Silverado tooling, but it's the dually. And I'm excited to actually open this and take a look at it. I opened it just to peek in case I got a chase, and I didn't. So then I put it right back, and I still haven't looked at the casting at all. So we'll be taking a look at that. And then I've got 3 other Mini GT to look at. We've got the Lamborghini Countach LP 800-4 in Nero Maya. Black. It's black. So we've got that one. We'll check that out. I already have this in white. We'll check it out in black. And then I've got 2 of these Terrell P34s. One is Jody Schechter, and the other one is Patrick. I can't pronounce this. These are both from the 1976 Swedish Grand Prix. One was the winner, and one was the second place. And 2 versions of this car. I don't know why I got these. I have the one without the dude sitting in it. But I figured I'd get the one with the actual race car driver in the car. And I thought that would be kind of interesting to check out at least one of them. But I ended up just getting both. So I like the car is really neat. It's a really neat kind of piece of Formula One history. So it's cool. All right. Even though I'm not an aficionado of Formula One history, I still think it's cool. This guy. This is Car Culture 2-packs. This is the only one of these sets I have found on the pegs. And it's the Gulf Ford livery one. I found this on the pegs. So we got a Mustang and a Mustang. So 2014 Mustang and a 69 Mustang. I collect the Boss 302 casting. That one. So I had to get it. And so I haven't seen the Skyline HKS one or the Super ones in store at all. So those are those 2 sets right there that I'd be missing. I'll probably pick them up if I ever see them. But as of right now, this is the only one I found. And I was actually surprised to find this on the shelf. But I guess Gulf has kind of run its course as a livery, I think. It used to be something that really excited people. And I think it still does a little bit, but definitely not as much as it used to. Then I got these Johnny Lightning Pro Collector Storage Tin. I got these a while ago, and I just haven't opened them yet. They're Johnny Lightnings, but they're all Auto World castings. We've got the 2012 Chevy Corvette Z06, both the version A and version B. So I've got that, and then I've got the 94 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am version B. And I do not have the version A. I think I've seen it a couple times at like Hobby Lobby, but Hobby Lobby is really proud of their prices really proud of their diecast, and their prices are ridiculous. So I didn't pick it up there. I think I got these at Meijer. I need the version A one, but a bunch of the version A ones that I've ever run across have had some major like quality issues in the package that I could see. So I didn't pick those up. But I do need to get that. I need to get the version A. And then I need to get the other car in this set, which is the 67 Chevy El Camino, both the version A and version B of that. So I got to pick those up as well. And then I'll have that set. I am getting all of the Johnny Lightnings that were former or still are Auto World Deluxe toolings. If it's one of those, I will pick it up. Okay? So there's that. So we've got those 3 Johnny Lightning collector tins to open. Speaking of round 2, we also have some Racing Champs to open. Now these I got from my buddies SC Diecast. Shout out to those guys. We got version A and version B of this 1969 Pontiac GTO. So I thought this was really cool. So I picked this up. This is definitely, I think, larger than 1/64 scale. But I thought the livery was cool. I went ahead and picked it up. I've got some of the original Racing Champions versions of this particular tooling. I never really liked it all that much, but I thought, round 2 put it out. Let's check it out and see what they did with it. So we're going to do it. We're going to check that out. All right. Then I've got a 5-pack from Hot Wheels. Mainline 5-pack. This is new. It is the Nightburners 5-pack. And all of it is cool except for one fantasy casting, which is, it is what it is, the Gazella R. Pretty sure that's a fantasy casting. Yeah, it is, right? But, well, I don't know. Let's just say the top 3 cars are pretty cool. I'm not really into the Copo Camaro either. But we've got a Mustang, the Nissan. That's really the one I got it for, was the Nissan 300ZX. And then this is kind of a cool little casting, the Magani, I don't know, trophy. That thing. And then, of course, the Copo Camaro and the Gazella R in the bottom is the fantasy casting. So we'll open up that and we'll take a look at those. And then I just have some loose cars, just a couple. These I picked up at the last monthly meet when I stopped in and purchased some stuff. Funny thing is the next monthly meet after that is today. So, yeah, so times are flying. But we got a Saturn. Had to get this. Mazda Miata in Reese's livery. Why not? And then we got these interesting things. These are Mazda. It's a Mazda Miata and the Screamers. I think these came with track, and they got these wheels on them that make noise. I don't know if you can hear that, but we'll make sure you hear it in the second segment. Well, I got the green one. I actually bought 2 of them in green because they were only like $1 each, and I'm like, I think these things are kind of not rare per se, but hard to find in good condition. Both of those are in good condition. Then I got an orange one that's bright orange. This one is not in good condition, but I just didn't have this version of the Miata, so I decided to pick it up. And the Miata I kind of like. The reason why I like this tooling is because it's kind of a casting I collected when I was a little kid, so I thought it was cool then, and so we're going to think it's cool now. That's the way she goes. All right. We got a lot of stuff to look at. I got to put together a thumbnail for this one because how's that? Art. Is that better? I don't know. We'll find out. All right. Let's flip the camera on. Let's open up some cars. I swear I won't save the raw for last. All right, let's go ahead and just start with this fun little thing right here. This is a Saturn Ion. Goofy little car. I picked this up from someone at the Diecast meet, and I think it's neat. So I've got the version of it just in blue. I don't think they came out with very many versions of this car in Hot Wheels. It was a very underused casting. I think it's pretty cool, but not something that everybody's going to get excited about, of course, but something I think is neat. So there's your Saturn. Not many Saturns out there immortalized in 1/64 diecast, unfortunately, but there is your Saturn Ion. Pretty neat. Raptor Ion 3. Look at how cool that is. All right, we'll put that over there. So there's that. Here's these Screamers that I was talking about. This one doesn't want to really roll on here, but this one's in kind of rough shape. It's been chipped up and stuff. This thing's definitely been played with. It's possibly got sand in it and all of that. I picked it up because it was $1, and I'm like, you know what? Whatever. I just wanted an example of it. Eventually, I'll find one mint, and I will scoop that as well. But that's that in bright orange. And then we got the sparkly green one. And here's that. Sparkly green, red interior, orange windows, orange base, ugly combination of colors. There's a sticker on the bottom of this. I think this was put on by the seller. But there's that. And then I got another one, a duplicate. Screamers. I think that's what these wheels were called, were Screamers. So we'll put these brightly colored items toward the back here. And then we've got one more Miata. We got the Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Reese's 2 Peanut Butter Cups. I don't know. I might have had this one already. I'm not really sure, but now I've got it. Either way. It's a Miata. Yeah, I know. It's not the best tooling, but it's been around for a long time, and it was a tooling of my childhood, so I went ahead and picked this up for $1 as well. Why not? So those, I'm actually going to move these out of the way. And let's take a look at this Liberty Walk F40. So the packaging is not your typical Inno64 packaging. It's a nicer kind of box. Liberty F40 Liberty Walk matte black. I think this was, yeah, it's a Hong Kong Toy Car Salon 2023 special edition. And Hong Kong Toy Car Salon 2023. So this is a special edition, and it comes with this box that is a little bit more elaborate. And then you have your standard fare Inno64 packaging inside of this packaging. So pretty nifty there. So again, I wasn't going to get this, but you know, Jay hooked it up. So I appreciate that. We're going to go ahead and pull this off of the base. It's got your standard acrylic case packaging. Unscrew it here and set it down. All right, move this over here. Nope, doesn't roll. Most of these do not roll. Inno64 has rolled though recently. A lot of them have, but this one they did not get to roll, and that's okay. I'd rather have the stance be correct and not have it roll than vice versa. That's my opinion. Feel free to disagree, but that's the way I feel about it. This casting is just super cool. If you don't already have one of these in your collection, I suggest picking one up. It is metal on metal, which is sort of untypical for a car that's like this detailed, but it's metal on metal. It's got all sorts of good looking details all over it. I prefer the red, or not the red one, the white one. I'm tempted kind of to get the whole collection of these as they come out. There's like a Christmas one. I don't know if I really want to get into that, but maybe, I don't know. Between this one and the new Tarmac Work, like the Tarmac Works F40 GT or LM or whatever it was, that casting came out this last year in 2023 as well. And that's another really nice one that they've put out a ton of variations. And originally I was like, I'm going to get every single one. And now I'm just not so sure because there's so many of them. This might be the case with these. I didn't think they'd put out too many colors of this one, but why not? If they do put out one in like that magic purple, whatever color shifty color, I'll probably have to get that if they do put that out, but I don't know if they're going to. Anyway, it's nice. It's a cool tooling. It's got loads of details. And it looks really good actually in matte black. It's very, very cool. So I'm definitely digging this guy. I think this is pretty awesome. Thank you, Jay, so much for hooking me up with that. I really do appreciate it. All right, moving on from Liberty Walk. We'll look at another black car. Let's do some mini GT real quick. We got the Lamborghini Countach LPI 800-4 in Neo Maya, something like that. You guys can correct my pronunciation. That's a fun thing to do. And let's go ahead and open this guy up and check it out in black. Now, white is the proper color for this particular car, but it looks fantastic in black as well. And why I say that white's the proper color for the car? Because it's the color that the car was introduced in. Was white or bianco, whatever they use for it, whatever the Italian thing is. But I will say it looks pretty darn good in this black as well, and it's got like a little bit of sparkle to it. Might be hard to see in this lighting. It's a little too bright to see that, too much glare, but it does have just a very faint amount of like metal flake to it. I don't know if you can really see. There you go. You can kind of see it there. Almost looks like dust when we're looking at it close up, but trust me, it's sparkly. and very nice. So this one should roll, and it does. Very, very cool. And I think it's pretty neat. So really cool. All right. So there is that guy in black. Digging it. Set that guy over there. Next, we've got the Tyrrells. P34, number 4, Patrick. That guy. 1976 Swedish GP second place. I guess we might as well look at the second place car first. And so first and second place these cars were. And this thing is just so cool. Lots of details here too, obviously. Look at this little guy. And look at the little guy and the little guy. I think that's really neat. How cool is that? All of it. All right, let's put this guy aside though, because we're going to peek at the other one. I'll set him there, and then we'll take a peek at Jody. I love Mini GT. Big fan. You guys know that. And here's Jody. So the car is basically this exact same. There's no like a slight difference in livery. This is a number 3. That's a number 4. This has like a white thing right there on the edge. This actually has Elf on the edge. And other than that, they are identical, right? Except for, of course, the driver, too. So the driver is wearing a different colored helmet, but the same color racing suit. Well, he's got blue, darker blue in here, no darker blue there. Different colored gloves. I think this is really neat that they did this with the driver in there. And if the driver's like actually proportionate to the car, I mean, that kind of gives you an idea what it looked like and how, I mean, nowadays they got that halo right over the top, and just like how dangerous this looks with your head just hanging out like that. It looks just crazy. Like that people were nuts back in the day. I mean, especially when you go back, way back in the day, if you're looking at like racing history, how just death-defying that stuff was. Just unbelievable. Just unbelievable. So very, very cool. I like the classic. Any vintage racing to me is the cars are just cool. I like the art direction behind like the advertising back then. I like the cars. I think looked a lot more interesting back then, and they were just neat. F1 cars still look cool today. They just look a little bit more sterile than this stuff. So I think this stuff is just really, really cool. Really, really fantastic. All right, one more Mini GT, and then we're going to get into the Raw. I think, am I going to save it till last? No, I'm not going to. We're going to do it after this car. We're going to open up an Auto World Ultra Raw. But let's do this Kaido House. Fancy packaging on the Kaido House stuff. You guys know. You guys have had to have owned at least one Kaido House already. If not, I highly recommend them. I was a little iffy at first too, you know, knowing that they're not going to be 1/64 scale, okay? I got it. I got you. I understand. I no longer care whatsoever, though, because the trade-off for that is you get this extreme amount of detail and just a unique product in diecast. I think they're just so cool. Like this dually is just, I already love it. It's fantastic. I think it looks really neat. So it's got an opening hood. We'll pop that open if we can. There we go. Oh, detailed, very detailed. Check me out. Awesome. Low and wide. And there's the kind of tail end there. I had to tuck the wheels underneath. The wheels are so tucked, and these are so low, but yet they roll, and all the Kaido House stuff rolls. I mean, that trailer hitch on the back is essentially dragging on the ground. The back tailgate also goes down. I'm not going to push it all the way down just because I really don't even think the tailgate moving is a necessary thing. I wish they just wouldn't, but it is there. The only reason why, because if it gets loose and then it stays down, that's irritating, and I don't really think it adds that much value to the way that the car looks, so I'd just assume leave it up. These wheels are really cool. Super deep. Deep dually. Double D. Very neat. In the Zero livery. Purple metal flake. It's just really awesome. I really like it. I think it's really awesome. And I know that the Kaido House stuff is not for everyone, but I think it's definitely gaining traction. A lot of people really enjoy it. I think that dually looks awesome. All right, should we do this? Let's open this first. Majorette. This is the other car that Will sent me. So it's Majorette. A Porsche Panamera. Not my favorite Porsche, but I don't think I have this from Majorette, so kind of interesting. Majorette's cool. I like Majorette. I like that we're able to get them now in the U.S., get the more premium model ones with the rubber tires in the U.S. I think that's really neat that we can do that now and just go down to our local Walmart or Target and find some stuff, especially the Walmart. Seems to have, because they get the regular issue releases, not just the pink slips ones. So I think they're really cool. All right, so let's open this. I really honestly debated on whether or not to open this car at all. Am I getting soft? Or am I getting smart? I don't really know. But we're going to do what we do. And I'm going to open this up. It's 1 of 10. YOLO. We're going to go ahead and open it. It's on a perfect card. Man. I just am very thankful that I was able to get it. See, I don't go out and seek these and spend tons of money on them. And maybe that's why I don't mind open them up as much. If I would have spent whatever, who knows what this would go for on eBay. But if I were to spend a crazy amount like that on it, I probably would be more hard-pressed to open it, but I didn't, and I was able to trade for it, and all the raws I have have either been given to me as gifts, or I've traded for them, or a combination of the two, where I've traded and I've gotten like a sweetheart deal on them, and it's the only way to live trying to get these raws, because I'm not spending loads and loads and loads and loads of money on these, even though they're from my favorite brand and they're super cool, and they are very, 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 very limited. Being only 10 of these out there in the world, possibly only 5 on this card, and that's not even going to matter anymore because we're going to go ahead and rip it open. And there it is, out of the package. So this is cool because it's my first silver tire, a raw-looking tire raw. I've never had one with that trait before. There it is. 1 of 10. And it's opened. Super cool. I've never pulled one of these out of a case or found one in a store. One day I will. Hopefully. Hopefully one day I will. Find a raw in the wild. I've never found one. That would be such a great feeling, though. It had to be a good feeling for Will to pull this out of a case. Come on now. That's crazy. Too bad he didn't film it. Too bad he doesn't make videos, but man, he sent me a message and he's like, is this what I think it is? And I'm like, Yeah, it's what you think it is. What do you want for it? It is sick. Look at this thing. So yeah, super stellar thing. You can kind of see like the imperfections in the metal and stuff like that because it's just clear coated. So they put graphics on it and then they clear coated it. And that's why it's got like this weird splotchiness up on the top. You can kind of see that in the metal that was there before they clear coated it. And my goal with collecting raws is to get one example of every tooling. So now I can knock the Mitsubishi off of the list. And I mean, not like I wouldn't get another one if I had a chance of getting another one. But man, what do you guys think? What do you guys think about the chase program from round 2? It's the only thing I collect. The only chases I collect are Ultra Reds. And that's the only ones I really go after. And of course, when I get the opportunity to put an Ultra on the collection, I also take it. But I am curious what you guys think about the Ultra Raw. How much would you freak out if you were to find one of these in the wild? And if you did find one in the wild, what would you do with it? Would you open it? Probably not. Would you keep it in your collection? Maybe. Or would you sell it and get something else really cool for it? Because you could sell it for quite a bit of money once you find the right buyer. Likely what you'd be doing is putting it on eBay. That seems to be the way to really get money for these things. Otherwise, just trying to find somebody that's going to drop that amount of money on one car is tough. But look at that. Ultra Raw. Anyway, I'm stoked to have that. Now, speaking of this, we have not done the full series video for this set yet because I haven't opened up the Supra Ultra Red for it yet. That was the last one I needed. So I got to do a full video series of this. So you will see this car again when I do that. Man, how cool would it be to get the Supra Ultra Raw? That would be really sick. But that's a dream for another day. But this is really cool for now. And super stoked on it to add this to my collection. This is the 12th Raw that I have in the collection. The 12th one. Someday I'll do a video sometime soon, maybe showcasing all 12, because they are all really cool. But we got another one. We added another one in the collection, and I'm happy about that. All right. All right, so let's stick with loving on some round 2 product. We've got Johnny Lightning. This is the collector tins. And we'll open this up. So this set's neat. It's just expensive. So, and it's more pricey than other Johnny Lightnings because of this tin. So it's a pro collector storage tin. Honestly, I don't know what makes it pro. It is cool, I guess. And you can, I think, do this. Let me see if you can do. Oh, will that rub against the car? Yeah, it will. You probably could do that if you were careful. You could get this in there. Otherwise, I mean, you're going to have the car banging around inside of metal. I don't think that's exactly pro. I'm going to leave that in there, though. I mean, the tin's kind of cool. Kind of neat. I do save them. I don't throw them away. So, but it's another piece of metal. I don't really know that it's worth the extra cost to me. It's just my opinion. So, but here we got this Corvette, and this Vette is originally a Auto World. Oh, they kept plastic tires on this one. This was an Auto World Deluxe, right? Yeah, it was. 164-004-JL, and because it has that 164 dash, means it's around 2 tooling, and it was the Corvette that was released in the Deluxe line. This is actually a really cool version of this, and I think it looks neat with the plastic Johnny Lightning wheels. So it's got the metal base and then the plastic Johnny Lightning wheels. If you were to have this in Auto World, which actually I should have one pretty close to me here. Yeah, right here. Here's an Auto World. So it's the same tooling. This is just a plastic base with plastic wheels. This is a metal base, in this case with plastic wheels. They don't always have plastic wheels. the Johnny Lightning version. They do always have it on the Auto World version. So, yeah, I mean, it's a good looking Corvette. Not bad. This is a really good version of it, though. I really do like it quite a bit. All right. So there's that one. And then we also have this one. This is the version B. Looks like this has the same wheels. Again with the tin. There's your tin. And here's your little blister thing I'm going to put in here. Just for giggles. I think that's how I've been doing it. So we'll put that aside. Get rid of our plastic here. Take a look at the car. Here's the car. It's kind of a nice color orange. Pretty nifty. It's a nice color, actually. Yeah, I like it. Same wheels. They're just chrome instead of black. So they're plastic. Not a big deal. Don't mind that. Metal on metal, plastic wheels. Maybe this thing will rip down a track. Not really sure. I like this one better, though. I think this one looks a lot cooler. You guys let me know, of course, as usual. Let's go get these out of the way. And let's open up the other collector tin one. The Bird, 1994 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am. This is also a Auto World tooling. And the way the collector tins work, they're 6-car sets. And your version A and version Bs, I think, are all in the same case. But again, we got the tin and the plastic insert, which I am going to put in here if it fits. And it does. There. And the car. What you think? I think it's the coolest, probably the coolest version of this casting I've ever seen. I like the wheels. I love those. It's so appropriate for the time, right? This casting's really cool. It's a cool Firebird casting. Of course, metal base on this particular version of it. This one also has plastic tires. I may find the deluxe model to show you. Well, here's an Auto World one. That's the convertible version. This recently came out. So this top is plastic. So they have the option to not have it. What else do I got? I have another one close by. Here's one. There's another one. That's an Auto World version of it. Plastic based, but pretty cool nonetheless. But this version is awesome. I really like it with these wheels. I think it looks super cool. That is like so 90s, early 90s, maybe mid 90s, whatever, 90s. It's 90s and it's cool. I dig it. Super awesome. All right, so that's fantastic. I like that. I'm glad to add this to the Johnny Lightning / Auto World collection, I suppose. I need to get the version A or whatever it was, whatever version I didn't have. And I need to get the El Caminos that were in the set as well, because that's another one that is a Auto World tooling. So we'll have to pick those up eventually. All right, next, sticking with round 2, why not? Let's look at these racing champs. Let's start with version A. So this is a weird tooling. It's a 69 Pontiac GTO Racing Champions tooling. And it's kind of like set up like a drag car, where it's got skinny tires in the front and big fat meats in the back. Plastic base. And I think a lot of these had plastic bases. I think a lot of my old ones do. These are fairly limited, 2,500 pieces. Arnie. This is a really cool livery of the GTO. That I actually have a Johnny Lightning with this livery as well. And you can see this thing is raked. It set up like a drag car. It does have an opening hood. You can see in there. Plastic base, that's okay. Rubber tires. And just kind of a stylized It looks awesome. I like it. And then let's look at this guy here. This is the other one, Ernie and Beswick. Also limited to 2,500 pieces. Racing Champions is the weirdest line of round 2. They rarely come out. And it's just interesting. So it's from 2023 release 1, and they only had 3 releases in it. And I actually picked up 2 of the 3 releases. And so they had 3 cars, and both version A and version B. So my guess is they came in a 6-car case with both version A's and version B's in them. Kind of like this guy, like these guys. So that's kind of interesting. Again, kind of same deal, plastic base. It's the same casting, all that stuff. We don't need to open the hood and look at it because it's going to be the same. And a pretty cool version of a GTO. And I kind of collect GTOs, you guys may or may not know. And so this is something that I dig. All right. Let's get those out of the way. Sticking with Johnny Lightning for a second, let's look at this weird thing. Race the winners. How far has Johnny Lightning come? Be a champ. Be a champ with this thing. I really want to know, though, how good does the old Johnny Lightning stuff do downhill racing? There's some people out there that really dig the downhill racing stuff. I'm curious as to these old Johnny Lightnings that were like heavy metal with plastic tires did downhill. And this is the commemorative limited edition, so it's like, so these would have came out way, way, way long ago, kind of, closer to Redline era Hot Wheels kind of stuff. The original Johnny Lightnings, I think. Anyway, I don't really know the history all that well. But these were like remakes of those, and they are just goofy as goofy can get. And clearly goofy. Some weird engine in the back, and some weird window fin thing in the front. It is called the Wasp, apparently numbered 3682. And it's strange. It's odd. It's weird. It's interesting, though, and it's kind of neat to just take a look at. So there we are. We're taking a look at it. Weird stuff. All right. Revel. Spooky Fruit Loops. I prefer my Fruit Loops not spooky. Revel made some cool stuff. Most notably, the Lowriders Magazine series of cars. That would be the Revel claim to 1/64 scale fame. But they did also make some NASCAR stuff. This rolls so smoothly. Rubber tires. Soft rubber tires. Plastic base, metal body, stock car livery, and there it is. So, not too much to look at there, but it's kind of cool. I'm not much of a stock car guy, but unless it's real vintage racing, then I am. But kind of neat nonetheless. All right. Okay, we got some regular old Hot Wheels to cleanse the palate with. We've got 1969 Ford Mustang Boss 302 and the 2014 Custom Mustang in the Hot Wheels Car Culture 2-packs that are being found at Target. This one's got that really neat 3D Ford licensing on the side of it. Kind of interesting to see that in a lot of places these days. Again, massive packaging. And Gulf livery Fords. What else is there to say? This is cool. I collect this casting. I think this is the one, though, that we already had, right? Pretty sure. Oh, this one's got a chip in it, of course. Why wouldn't it? Lots of orange peel in the paint as well, of course. Why wouldn't it? It's a Hot Wheel. So, yeah, there's been some issues, right? With these. The premium model stuff. The graphics, though, are not dot matrix. Right? No, they're not. They're like tampoed. They are. No, there's your dot matrix back there. They're using a combination of printing things on this. This is a little interesting, actually. There's your dot matrix. That's the dot matrix I hate. That's that right there. But this is not that. That is a tampo. What appears to be a tampo. What's the deal with that? Weird, like a mix of stuff here. This one's all printed like you would normal, like you've seen lately with premium Hot Wheels printing process kind of thing. Not tampoed like this is. So, interesting. Not sure why that is, but it is why it is, or is what it is. And weird. So I think this is one we already got, right? This is the one we already got. I've already seen this in Golf Livery. I'm pretty sure we have. And if we haven't, let me know. If we have, I'm wondering if the other one, you're going to be able to tell them apart because of that printing process. I'll have to explore that. All right. And then finally, we've got a 5-pack. Basic 5-pack, which we care about. Honestly, really, one of these cars is really why I got it. It was for the Nissan, and I wish they would stop doing that. Putting that car in multi-pack exclusives. But they keep doing it. Here's your that thing. See you later. And whoa. I just like, you ever play the game Paper Football? Ever? I gotta show you this. That's a Paper Football touchdown right there. Somebody will know what I'm talking about. But yeah, there's that. Copo Camaro. Not a bad looking little car, I guess. The Megan. I don't think they've put out too many versions of this particular car, so that's kind of a cool casting to get, I think. Copyright date's 2010, so it's been around for quite a while. I don't think they put out too many versions of this. I'm pretty sure they didn't. So that's kind of neat. Pretty cool. Renault. And then we've got the Mustang. Decent Mustang tooling. Decent casting. Not a bad one. Not a bad one at all. And then lastly, the 300ZX, which hopefully is in great shape because this is the reason why I bought the pack. Not as bad as having to buy a 9-pack for it, but having to get a 5-pack for it, it is what it is, I guess. It's orange and not the best release of it, but I have it and I collect the casting, so yippee-ki-yay. And that's it for this episode. So, what did we learn today? Well, what do we like? Obviously, my favorite of the day is got to be that. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Other cars that were really, really cool. I really dig this guy. I think that's fantastic. Of course, I really dig this guy. This is also quite fantastic. The Countach is really cool too. You guys know I like mini GTs, so pop those up. Then the other one that is really awesome, I thought, was this guy right here. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. At least if I hit this raw with something, I'm not really afraid of damaging it. Might chip the clear coat maybe, but you're not going to tell. All right. There it is, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching another Diecast Weekly episode. We opened a Raw already this year. That's definitely going to go in the top 10 grabs of the year. No doubt about it. So, very fantastic. Thank you guys so much again, and you all have a great week. See you in the next one.